Yo, what's up everybody? I'm Akeem Lawanson, and in today's Fix of Entertainment news, we've got an update on the Alita Battle Angel sequel a lot of anime and manga fans might be interested in hearing about. Now, James Gunn gives us an update on the J.J. Abrams Superman reboot and where it'll fit in the overall new DCU. The King of the Hill table reads are kicking off very soon, and so much more in today's Fix. Let's drop it. All right, now producer Jon Landau revealed a few tidbits about what might be happening in the sequel to Alita Battle Angel. Now, speaking with Screen Rant, he mentioned how he and Robert Rodriguez are working on an Alita Battle Angel 2 with actor Rosa Salazar in talks to reprise her role in the sequel. Now, the producer remarked on what he's learned from his work on Avatar: Way of Water regarding motion capture and the subtleties of facial expressions. With the advancement in technology being where it is today, it's more than possible for them to build a better Alita and truly bring the manga character to life. And with the way the 2019 movie ended, it more than sets itself up for a sequel. Now, it definitely felt like, there should be a little bit more in lines of stories to pursue. Now, Alita Battle Angel is based on the manga of the same name about a cyborg who finds herself in a pile of scrap with no recollection of her past. Now, she sets out to navigate the world, all while slowly discovering her true identity and her true nature. Now, fans of the franchise are familiar with the manga and the OVA that adapted 9 volumes of the manga in 1993. Now, the movie was surprisingly good and garnered quite the fan base. Now, I say surprisingly good because, it's not too often anime or manga adaptations work well on the big or small screen, especially if they're produced here in the West. Yeah, now if I have to bring up an example or two, I'll just point you to Netflix and its numerous attempts at live-action manga/anime adaptations like Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, and the upcoming One Piece series. Now, while the latter hasn't come out just yet, Netflix's track record with live-action anime adaptations hasn't been the best, so expectations are set very low. But expectations are presumably set high as we wait to hear more news on Alita 2 and watch as things develop. All right, now we know James Gunn is set to bring us a new Superman in Superman Legacy, but he still might have plans for J.J. Abrams' reboot of The Man of Steel as well. And speaking with IO9, Gunn drove the point home that with the Elseworlds formation, there's a possibility for more than one Superman story to be told. Now, the DC Elseworlds is the set of films James Gunn has stated will live outside his mainline DCU chapters, similar to its DC Comics counterpart. Now, we're currently on an 8 to 10 year long plan to see Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters unfold on both the big and small screen. Now, James Gunn hasn't seen a script for the Abrams Superman reboot, but he did state, quote, "If it comes in and it's great," which I haven't read the script, "and if the timing is right, that could absolutely happen. That's totally unrelated. It would be an Elseworlds tale like Joker." So it sounds like James Gunn is more than open to exploring standalone stories told within the DC universe if the right script comes along, which is a good thing to hear. That's nice to know that not everything has to be interconnected, weaving a larger narrative that'll have seismic consequences that reverberate throughout the DC universe and multiverse. J.J. Abrams' Superman would be amazing to see. Speaking of the DC universe, Zack Snyder finally revealed why Batman was seen alongside the Joker in the nightmare sequence in his Justice League film. Speaking at the recent screening for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice at SnyderCon 2023, this man's got his own freaking convention? That's crazy. Anyways, he said, quote, "Our theory is that the Joker is the one who knows where the kryptonite, what shards of kryptonite exists. He has that information, and so he's being carried. He has basically made a deal with Batman. Don't kill me, and I'll show you. I'll get you a tool to fight Superman." And so Batman is kind of stuck with him in that way. If he kills him or gets rid of him, then he's screwed himself. Ooh, Batman screwing himself. How many people would pay to see that? Anyways, it's cool to know that bit of information, but I personally don't think anyone wants to see a buddy cop scene played out between Jared Leto's Joker and Affleck's Batman. Kind of sounds lame, but who am I to knock this man's vision? I'll leave that to James Gunn to poo-poo on his parade and throw the damn Snyderverse out the damn window, which he actually did. Is proof, verifiable. Anyway, that's got a sting for hardcore Snyder fans, I know. But, let's not act like any one of us wants to see more Jared Leto's Joker on the big or small screen. The man He just can't play superheroes or villains well. Morbin time's up, Leto. Just let it go. Speaking of Morbin time, the vampire hunter with the cool shades, not as cool as mine, Blade, just found another writer for the new film. Now, Nick Pizzolatto is reuniting with actor Mahershala Ali for the upcoming Marvel movie. Now, the two work together on True Detective Season 3. Now, the writer has reportedly been working on the script for a few weeks now, with production reportedly set to kick off later this month. As far as we know, the movie is still scheduled to be released September 6th of next year, but with things so down to the wire at this moment, don't be surprised if that date shifts slightly. And finally, that boy just ain't right, but he's apparently older in the upcoming King of the Hill reboot. Now, the actor who plays Bill Dauterive let it slip while speaking with Screen Rant what's going on with Bobby Hill in the series and the current state of the upcoming Hulu show. Quote, I think we're going to time. I'm not going to talk like Bill Dauterive. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, quote, I think we're going to time jump in this a little bit so that Bobby's going to be older and it's going to be interesting. We're starting table reads in April, so I'm so looking forward to it. That was my attempt at a Bill. Anyways, an older Bobby. Well, that sounds pretty exciting. I honestly can't wait to see Bobby talking like this and showing off his evolved self-defense techniques where he'll show you what happens when he don't know you and that's his purse. That boy truly ain't right. Y'all already knew I was gonna do some impressions in this. Anyways, I think a lot of us are so looking forward to returning to Arlen, Texas. So break out those propane accessories. Yeah. All right, that about does it for today's Fix of Entertainment News. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and thank you so much for watching. Now that you're caught up on today's news, please check out our previous episode. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, stick with IGN.